Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. I'm live. Evening all, morning all, whatever time of day you're watching me, watching you. Who's here? Didn't have a clue. I just thought I'd come live to be honest, because I'm a bit bored at the moment. Just been out for a bit of a walk. There's no one watching me anyway. Didn't think there would be anybody watching me yet. Went out for a little bit of a walk, like you do, and decided just to go live at 12 o'clock on a Sunday. Well, I know people will be not doing much or being out doing stuff like shopping or going and having a roast dinner somewhere with everybody. If you know what I mean. So, 1 minute in, I'm not expecting anybody to be on this, to be honest. It'll be funny as hell. Oh, I've got one viewer. It'd be funny as hell, wouldn't it? If we get somebody commenting. Because I'm not expecting anybody to be like, on the internet at 12 o'clock on a Sunday. But we've got a bit of time to kill, haven't we? We've got a bit of time to kill. We have. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do a live one. Been out for a strut. Beautiful weather, a bit windy. Went across Farmer's Field, who've still got the ball in there. Well, did a little bit of a jog across the Farmer's Field with the ball in, to be honest. Go on. Because he's a bit of a funny bugger. And yeah, so I thought, I've got a couple of hours to kill. So why not just do a live? Do a live like you do. So here I am. Obviously, it might be a little bit more. It might be a little bit early for any of you lot out there to be cracking open a beer, but you never know, do you? One of you out there might be cracking open a beer. You never know. So this week, took the cat to get his nuts done, and apparently his nuts aren't big enough for the vet to cut, which is strange. I thought, well, if the cat's about that amount of, age, you would have thought, get his nuts done. But no, the nuts were too small, wasn't it? Your nuts were too small. Yeah. So I feel like I'm talking to myself at the moment, but it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. I usually talk to myself anyway. I've got into a lot of trouble for, talking to people. So why don't I just talk to myself? Like you do. So yeah, went out for a walk, brisk Sunday morning walk. Went up round the fields up towards Ravensworth, where Ian Botham lives. Did see Ian Botham. Round the gaming cottages, gamekeepers' cottages and stuff. Came back. Funny enough, I came back through the village, like you do. It's like a ghost town, actually, to be honest. It was kind of like very, very quiet. I don't know what it is at the moment. Everybody seems to be a bit quiet. Usually where I live, it's kind of like really, really busy with all the traffic going into the Yorkshire Dales and stuff, but it's been very, very quiet lately, so been a bit of a strange one, to be honest. But you never know. That's how it goes. Like you do. I haven't even got a single comment yet. I'm 5 minutes in. I see that people are quiet. Anyway, so did a brilliant live with Scott and Dean on Friday, which was really, really good. Been a long time coming, that, to be honest. And did some beer reviews yesterday. We went out for a meal last night. birthday meal last night, which was all right. Done a couple of reviews this morning, and that's it really. Intermingle with a little bit of a trip down to Yorkshire Dales Brewing Company and that was it really. It's just kind of like very, very, very quiet and a little bit boring. Hence, I'm on here. Like you do, and it's great actually because there's no one actually commented at all. I feel I'm talking to the brick wall, but it doesn't matter. I'll persevere for an hour. I might get somebody commenting. I'm sure somebody out there would comment. Amazon man's just turned up. I don't think I've ordered anything from Amazon. It's getting near to my house. Maybe I have. I can't remember. No, he's buggering off. Damn. I thought I ordered. You know what it is? I order a load of stuff over the internet over time, but I never ever get any. I never ever remember what I ordered because usually when I order stuff off the internet, I'm very, very drunk. Very rarely I order anything when I'm sober. So I get a nice surprise when I see it go out my bank. My bank. I was like, did I order that? Yeah, you did. I was pissed. That type of thing. Like you do. Oh, we got a comment. We got a comment. That's good. Hello, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. We are encroaching into the afternoon by 12 minutes, Tom. Thank you very much for joining me. I just thought I'd come on and do a live. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, what I'm saying, or what the theme of this live is. I just thought I'd just pop on. You know, I've got a bit of time to kill. Let's just do it. You know, chit chat on a Sunday, like you do. Most probably a hell of a lot of people out there are hungover. I expect they will be, or they've gone out and for a strut like I have, but the only people I met when I went out for a strut was the bull in the field and a few cows. Like you do. Apart from that, I didn't see anybody. That's the way it goes. Oh, hello, Trilby Phil. Nice of you to pop in. That's 2 comments now. That's cracking. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll, Trilby. Thank you very much for joining me. I haven't got a clue why I'm doing this. I just want to come on. Those are the best lives, says Tom. Yeah, the most probably are the best lives. The ones which you don't plan. It's like the best pub crawls or the best piss ups you've been on in your life. They're usually the ones which you don't plan. You just go out for a pint and a mate of yours turned up, then another mate of yours turns up, then lo and behold, about 3 hours later, 4 hours later, you're absolutely half cut, if you know what I mean. But yeah, definitely. So if anybody out there amongst you all is drinking anything, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments if any of you out there is drinking a beer. 12:15 on a Sunday. I've already had a couple because that's what I do. I prefer drinking in the mornings, to be honest. I just do something that I like. I find that if you go out at night, say, and you have a few beers, and what you're going to do after you've had a few beers, you know, get something to eat and just crash out, don't you? As soon as you crash out, that's it. Your mind, you know, your head, you wake up with a, you know, like a bomb gone off in your head. So I think that's why I've always been a day drinker as opposed to an evening drinker. You know what I mean? I've always been that way. But yeah, I tend to do my beer reviews throughout the day as opposed to in the evenings, because by about 10 o'clock in the evening, I'm pretty knackered and I'm like a zombie. So like the wave of tiredness just comes over. So, oh, On non-beer related news, Saxon concert last night in Harlem was amazing. You know what? I've looked at the dates because they're doing the UK shows. I think it's next month, and they're playing a venue which used to be, well, they're playing a venue which was round the corner from where I used to live years ago in Bexhill in Sussex. It's a Delaware Pavilion, and I'm actually kicking myself because I'm from the south coast of England, and the Delaware Pavilion, when I was living there, just used to do stuff like for old people, stuff like cabaret stuff and maybe a hint of Ken Dodd and that. But since I moved away from Bexhill, someone has taken over, and I think it all stemmed from the pop group Keane, who were from that area, who actually kind of like promoted the Delaware Pavilion in a way, and they do loads of good acts now. I know Saxon are playing there this November. They had Roger Taylor play there, and you think, wow, you never ever thought that those type of acts would play at the Delaware Pavilion. I have seen Saxon years ago, funny enough, at Hastings Pier, and we're going back years ago. We're going back, 83 maybe. I think it's 1983. I saw them when I was a wee nipper. Hello, Beardy. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're okay. Playing yourself with Diamond Heads. That's right. That's the tour, which I'm just talking about, actually. It's nice to see these bands just still, keep playing their stuff and that. And yeah, I'm gonna miss it, which is a shame. But no, I've always rated Saxon, always been one of the bands I always look out for, definitely. He says he's in Portugal. Whereabouts in Portugal are you going, Beardy? Is it Albufeira? Been there many and many a time. I've been there for a while. Diamond Head, yeah, I like a bit of Diamond Head. I've got a couple of vinyls from them somewhere up there in my room. I'll have to dig them out, Dig them out, yeah. Yeah, they are. They're good band. Good band. Influence, of course, Metallica and stuff. And, I think when you look at them bands from that era, they stick out. Same as Budgie and, bands like that. You can't beat the old school bands, can you? No idea. The missus has booked it. It'll be the little lady's first holiday. That's cracking, mate. Hope you have a good time, Brett. Really do. Trying to think where else there is in Portugal where the main resorts are. I think is it Valdemossa? Not too sure. I know Cliff Richard's got a place in Valdemossa. That's it. If that's it. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, they did. Well, the band of that stature, they were certainly influenced from the old school bands, Diamond Head, Motorhead, and stuff like that. I think now, I mean, I've got my own opinion on Metallica. I don't really think much of them, to be honest now. But the first 4 albums really are essential, aren't they? So after Justice, I don't like the Black Album, to be honest. So that'll start a conversation off. I don't like the Black Album. Yeah, definitely. They were a big influence on them, for sure. for sure. So is anybody out there drinking a beer? Buzz is in. Hello, Buzz. Hope you're doing well. I just thought I'd come on for an hour, just to have a chit chat because I'm at a loose end. Done all that loose end. Been out on a strut across the fields. Bit fresh this morning, bit windy. Not a cloud in the sky, which is great. Metallica's Kill 'Em All was defo a nod to every band they listened to us. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as maybe not as geeky as you, Brett, when it comes to the solos and stuff. But yeah, you're right there. He's also says I'm still pickled from last night, so I don't know what you've been drinking, Brett. Then let us know. Let us know in the comments what you've been drinking. I was on really pretty much site last night, so this morning I did a couple of reviews early. S43 Hefeweizen and Triple Tropicana from Tiny Rebel, which was different. Yeah, cheers, Buzz. Always appreciate your support, Buzz. I really do. It's really, really does mean a lot. When you put your comments up, it's really nice. So thank you for supporting me, Buzz. Really appreciate it. So I was going to do my first cookery video this weekend. I've been thinking about doing a cookery video. Not that it was going to be any good, like, because I've seen some of the cookery videos out there. The worst one I saw was cooking with Kay. That was a bloody. I was stern. I thought, God, you can't get any worse than that. What's Brett put? I was on a mixture from Timmermans, Augustina, on Apollo had it then on shots of moonshine. Crikey, your poor kidney and liver. I think you need a transplant, Brett, after drinking all that. I bet you stink this morning. But you're absolutely pen and ink. That's terrible. That's a terrible concoction. It feels like it looks like a recipe for a spell. If someone stuck all that in a cauldron and whisk it up and put a spell on somebody. Yeah. Well, I hope you're feeling better soon, Brett. You got no sympathy from me, mate, after drinking all that. You certainly haven't. You certainly haven't. Sicky and dizzy. Well, you got away off. You got off it lightly then. You got off it lightly. If you got off it lightly, if you're just only feeling that, because that looks a horrendous little concoction of pints of Foster's. Nah, not for me, mate. Not for me. I don't know how you can go from Timmermans or Augustina on Apollo to pints of Foster's. It's shocking, that really. Pretty shocking. Pretty shocking. Get yourself up Sunday roast down here, Brett. Make you feel better. So yeah, half cut. Well, not half cut. I'll say Sunday walk in the country because I live in the country, like you do, and God, what's he put? It went down so easy. Yeah, I think anything goes down easy after you've had a bit too much to drink, Brett. I think it will go, you got an Indian on pre-order. Five it'll get here, mate. What Indian are you? You a Korma fella or you a Vindaloo fella? I'll say you're a Madras type of fella. Indians do cure the the hangover quite well, to be honest. Last night's Indian may even cure it better, if you know what I mean. No worries. Anyway, what was I talking about? I'm not sure what I was talking about now. Sunday, yeah. Thought come on. Thought come on, see who's out there, who's up, who's not up, who's hungover, who's feels absolutely shite, who's happy, who's sad, who's kind of like, well, fed up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll say a couple of beer reviews this morning. Watched a bit of TV. Not a lot really, and decided to come on here and see who's about. Someone might turn up. We got a couple in anyway. I normally Buono is great with lots of energy, but if I want to eat, I'm gonna have a coriander specialty, so I can't wait to try that later. See, I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry reading that. It's just getting my appetite up just reading that. I'm a sucker for chickpeas. Nah, it gives you the shits, that does, Brett. Gives you the farts. Crikey hell, eating chickpeas. God, be on the toilet all day shooting bullets. Not for me, that. I mean, chickpeas. No, it's not for me. You know, best Indian actually I've had for a long time was the one from Aldi. Actually, funny enough, it's in a big box. Just the Indian, just the curry. You have to buy obviously the rice separate. But I counted because I had a tikka masala. I counted 15 pieces of chicken in it, which is pretty good for a £3 curry from a superstore. But when you usually go and get, say, a curry from Sainsbury's, M&S or Tesco's, because I count the chicken in them, there's only about 3 or 4 bits in. So yeah, Aldi, best curry going. Best curry going. Yeah, Indian gives me the farts for comments. Says get the gas mask. Little ladies are saying Indian, bless her. Mark's in. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Good morning. Sorry afternoon. How's your chickpeas arse will be like a machine gun. It will be. It'll be rattling away. I don't know how people can eat it, Mark. I really don't, chickpeas. It just don't do nothing for me, that. Now, chickpeas are the devil's food. Definitely the devil's food. Especially the people around you think it's the devil's food. Because they won't hang around much around you. Especially if you know they had chickpeas. But yeah, go to Aldi. Aldi have got the best curry going, I think, for the money. I think for the money. And yeah, Buzz, don't bother with them, mate. Don't bother with your chickpeas. Not good. Not good. So we've got 2 people in chat. I've been going for 23 minutes. It's on a Sunday. People don't go on the internet on a Sunday. They don't. People just go on the internet in the evenings. But I thought, well, loose end, you know, nothing much to do. Let's go on, see who's about. And it's proved me right. There's not a lot of people about. But the 2 people who are in the house watching me, thank you very much. What did I review this morning, Mark? It was Triple Tropicana from Tiny Rebel, the special edition of the Club Tropicana, 10%, to celebrate their 10th birthday. It was all right, but the thing is, I'm scheduling my reviews at the moment, Mark, so you most probably won't see that review until the 1st of November. I've got so many beer reviews coming up. That's the 1st of November. It's going on. It's already been put up, scheduled for the 1st of November, which is a bit of a way away. But I'm in Spain in November, so what I'm doing is I'm kind of like scheduling all the videos up to the point where I go away. Then I'm away for about 10 days. Then the videos after that I'm doing, and they'll be scheduled when I get back. And in between, I'll be sticking up stuff when I'm over in Spain, which I usually do when I go abroad. Because when I go abroad to Spain, much to Mrs. Brown's annoyance, I tend to go out and in all the shops looking for beer, getting back to the hotel room and reviewing it. Yeah, I did, Buzz. I went straight across the fields over there. It goes all the way towards Ravensworth, which Ravensworth is a village which Ian Botham lives in. It's a traditional Yorkshire village, basically. It's just along there because I'm on the edge of the Yorkshire Dales. It's sometimes on a Sunday we do tend to get in the car if I don't have to go to the brewery or whatever, and I'll just go into the Dales and have a walk and have a Sunday roast dinner. Gunnerside is a favourite of ours because Gunnerside's kind of like way out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of this valley, and you get to this old Yorkshire village, and there's a big valley, and you walk up this valley, and it goes towards a tin mine and stuff like that. So I've tried a Tiny Rebel beer. That wasn't bad. I went Crabbo last year, so it was. Yeah, I mean, a Tiny Rebel for me, Mark, is one of them breweries which I don't really touch much, to be honest. I did at the beginning. I was a big fan of their Stay Puffed. I think Stay Puffed for me was their best beer. And I've never really been big on tropical beers either. Then they did the Pineapple Express, which was in Tesco for a time, which was quite enjoyable. And I remember trying Club Tropicana before it went mainstream into the supermarkets, and that was actually a really, really good beer. So, but I've had some really naff ones as well from Tiny Rebel, so they're a bit hit and miss. But it's like a lot of these breweries. They can produce the goods when they want to, but I think the question of economics has always played into a major factor for these larger breweries, especially Brewdog and Tiny Rebel. We went to Bridlington. I've never been to Bridlington, actually. Funny enough, I've never, ever been to Bridlington. We talk about visiting Bridlington. We get as far as Whitby along that coast. We go to Scarborough now and again. Scarborough's always a pain to get to from where I am because you've got to go up Sutton Bank. It's not really a direct route to Scarborough. So we do try to get to Scarborough. I've never ever been to Bridlington. I think that what puts me off is the road to get there. Farley as well. Yeah, I need to get over there just to visit the place. Fish and chips. I could do with fish and chips right now, to be honest with you, Mark. I'm absolutely starving now thinking of that. Have you become a world traveller too? Where was the large estate you and a good able to? That large estate, Buzz, is 1 mile that way. That large estate, the people who own it, the people who own it actually own half the village I'm in. It's a proper working estate, Zetland Estates. So it's about 1 mile that way. We just have to walk up the high street, get out of the village, a couple of 100 yards, there's a sty, go over that, then it's across the fields to the estate. I would say it's about 20-minute walk. Not even that, Buzz. Not even that. Liam's in. You into your fake taxi, mate, when sipping a beer. You into your fake taxi, mate, when sipping. I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Liam. Please emphasise in the comments. You into your fake taxi. Not too sure on that. It's a beautiful. It is a beautiful place. There is places to rent up there as well. There's cottages dotted all the way around that big house. And if you carry on past that big house, Buzz, about oh, say half a mile up a steep hill, you walk into the Yorkshire town of Richmond as well. So it's you know, it's very, very nice up there. It's a bit out of the way, but I know it's just very, very quiet, and I could live there. I didn't pick the Tiny Rebel. My other half bought it back from the supermarket Friday with another beer. I went a bit to having. Hello, Thomas. How you doing? Just seen you on with Luke. Fake taxi porn. That's gone over my head, Mark. It really has. Thank you, Thomas. You're a gentleman. You little leprechaun. You're a gentleman, mate. Liam says, well, we'll Google it later, Liam. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue, Liam, mate. I will Google it. Yeah, I will. I'm being naive, you know. I'm not really kind of like up with everything, to be honest. I'm a bloke bordering on 50, and middle age has just slipped by me. So when it comes to anything like fake taxi, that I wouldn't have a clue what you're going on about, to be honest, without being rude. Without being rude. It's just when you get my age, you know, you tend to. I'm at the cusp now of becoming an old man. An old man. You know, I'm 50 next year, and I'm an old man, and I'll be drawing my pension before I know it. Before I know it, or maybe retiring out to Spain would be ideal if I win the lottery. But I'm on the cusp of becoming a very, very old man who doesn't really, who will be very much out of touch with the modern day age. So thank you for that, Liam. I will Google it later. Definitely. Yeah, but going back to Buzz's question, yes, this big estate is been there for years. They do horse trials, and they do you know, stuff for the local community. They've got a great big chocolatier up there who's very successful. So it's really nice. And that I remember going up there Christmas Day. Actually, funny enough, I walked from here to Richmond one Christmas Day just to, you know, stretch their legs and that, and it was, you know, very Christmassy, to be honest. It was, you go past this big house down into a dip into a, what's saying, like a gamekeeper's area, because they've got these little tubs they put on stilts, and they fill it full of grain, and they give it to the pheasants and stuff. Mark says, right, cheers, Mark, for popping in. Really appreciate it. I'm falling on going, but it's not working and aching, falling apart. Yeah, come on the leads. Good stuff, Mark. Thank you for joining us for a briefie. Appreciate it. We off to Thornwick Bay for half term with a night in Nottingham on the way up. Definitely going to the Trembling Man is bottle shop. I was in there last week. This time last week I was in there. It's not what it used to be. I think with Trembling Man they're concentrating more on their mail order, which is a shame, because they had two brilliant bottle shops in York, and now there's only one, and the bottle shop now is okay, but I wouldn't say it's brilliant. Luke John, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Luke John. All the best, mate. Google it now. I think it'll be a good watch alongside. I will do. Buzz, I've got to go. Don't talk about age around me. Yes, you're more than welcome up my end, Buzz. I will even knock on my door and I will cook you a fried breakfast. Billy says, hello, Andy. Hello, Andy. Hello, Andy. What have you been drinking? I haven't been. I've only had the triple Tropicana that my good friend Neil Morgan sent me a few weeks ago. So I've had that this morning. So any other bottle shops in York? There is a very small bottle shop called, I can't remember what it's called now. It's, oh, what's it called? Hop something. There's a Shambles Ale House down the Shambles. They've got cans and bottles in. That's worth a look, mate, definitely. There's Pivney, which is a world European pub, which does great stuff. There's a Thornbridge pub as well in the Market Square, maybe worth you while. Hello, Leah, how are you doing? Hope you're okay. Afternoon, Brett, said Andy. I'm glad someone's live whilst I have me dinner. Don't have to listen to the family then. And you've been live totally this weekend, Luke. It's Frank Day's great. One of the rules always will get their purse. Buzz says, before I go, hello, Leah. Big hello, Buzz. Goodbye, Buzz, and hello, Leah. There you go. Leah says, hey, Buzz. Beardy says, sounds like a good shout. I was going to have a peanut butter whiskey chocolate milkshake. That sounds absolutely disgusting, Beardy. Oh, I couldn't. And you got massive heartburn. Are you going to have that? Don't talk to me about heartburn. Leah says she's sat with a Freddo hot chocolate and ham toasty. Has Neil been on the toasties as well, has he, Leah? Has he been doing it? Yes, that's it. Hoppo Clock, Luke. That was the one. I was trying to remember what it was called. It's fairly new, isn't it? And if I remember rightly, it's down towards. Oh, what is it down towards? It's down towards where Marks and Spencer is, I think. Down that way. Very small shop. Opens about 12 o'clock every day. Got bottles at the back, little bar in the front, if I remember. I think there's a Dutch woman who owns it. Not too sure. Hello, Neil, mate. I'm fine, mate. Hope you and Leah are well too. I had your Tiny Rebel this morning. The review for it won't come up till about the 1st of November because I've got a ton of reviews already scheduled to come up over the next few weeks. So overall, I did enjoy it. It was a nice beer, actually. It was a nice take on the Club Tropicana. Very much so. Yeah, the bloody Dutch. They're everywhere. There's one place I've never been, actually, is Holland. There's one place I really, really need to visit. There is a ferry what goes from Newcastle to Amsterdam or Rotterdam. I can't remember, one of the two. This is Rotterdam, isn't it, in Holland? Yeah, it's one of them places I've always wanted to go to, but I've never been. So, yes, the Broken Skull Lager. It was a good beer. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, Neil. Thank you for sending it to me. It was well appreciated, mate. I'm looking forward to trying that double IPA you sent me, the American one, which I'll do most probably next week. Leah says, how is Toby? Toby is all right. He's asleep just down there. I took him to get his nuts done, Leah. But the vet turned around and says that his nuts were too small. And I said, his nuts are too small. I said, they're massive. He goes, no, they're too small. He's got to wait another couple of weeks. So because he hasn't had his nuts done, he's being a right pain in the arse with the other cats at the moment. Thanks, Luke. Not looking to drink during the day as it's very much a family holiday. Was hoping to pick some beer up for my birthday in November for Xmas. Yes, go to Brew York as well, Andy. Go to Brew York. Yeah, he's just said it. Yeah, that is good. That is good. The Brew York tap room. I went there, about a month ago in the Brew York tap room, and they've done it up. It's completely different now. Never had the upstairs. Tom Bean says it's nice, but if you ever go beyond Amsterdam too, then it's just a tad bigger than just Amsterdam. Yes. Still waiting for them nuts to get done, Leah. Really, Tom? Toby was, well, I don't know if he is lucky because he's going to have them done sooner or later because he's off to the cat hotel when I go abroad soon. So he's going to have them done before he has to go to the cat hotel, just in case he escapes and impregnates every other bloody cat in the bloody cattery. he's a bit, he's a bit scatty at the moment. He's got all the pent up. He's got all this kind of like frustration pent up into him. but he'll be a different cat once he gets his nuts done. You want to visit? Yeah, it's well worth a visit, Leo. It really is. It's very modern. Loads of beer on tap. The food looks great as well. Burgers look great. It's well worth a visit. It's well worth a visit, Brew York. If you've never been to York, I'll be honest. York used to be better, but it's still okay. It's still worth a hoot. There's plenty of bars there. There's plenty of stuff. Places to eat in York. You really, really are pretty much spoiled for all these different places. Tom says, Luke John, yes, so I've heard. And Luke John says, Tom Bean, big smiley face. There you go. But no, anybody out there who wants to go to York, highly recommend it. It's my favourite city. York, for me, where I am, is head and shoulders really above anywhere else, especially for your beer and that. Ripon, there's a good shop in Ripon in Yorkshire. Drinks well. That's not bad. That's not a bad little shop worth visiting as well. But no, if you've never been to York, I highly recommend anybody out there to go there because there's plenty to do and it's a good weekend away. Definitely a good weekend destination. I tend to go there once a month. Just pick up some bottles, cans, have a couple of pints and a couple of pubs, have something to eat and come home. Like you do. I don't really go there to get absolutely shit-faced. I did in the early days, but not anymore. Then you got Harrogate, which is quite near, but Harrogate, there's nothing really there in beer terms, to be honest, which is quite surprising. There is a bottle shop there in Harrogate, but I wasn't that much of a fan of it, to be honest. It just wasn't big enough. It just didn't have enough variety in it. But as for Trembling Madness, it used to be better. It's still okay. But I think it's all going towards, the mail order, which is being proved very, very successful for them. Right at the front of the Brew York tap room. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think what it's called. I'm just going to look, actually. I've just got a message. See, I can't remember what it's called, to be honest, Luke. I can't remember what it's called, but I know what you're going on about. What, as in takeaway food or takeaway beers? Yes, because I've got a bottle shop in New York. Well, can shops. I don't do bottles. Takeaway food, I'd imagine they will do. Andy, yeah, it's just got a nice feeling about it. Cold Bath Brewery. Tell me where that is, Luke. In Harrogate. I'm not familiar. I mean, where Harrogate's concerned, you've got the Devonshire Place, Devonshire Place, Devonshire Park. Then you've got the Husk Beer Emporium, which I think the lad is doing up. Then that's about it, really. I mean, there's Daleside Brewery. which is into your ales and that. Not too sure now, Andy. Not too sure. I would imagine there might be. They might do it. They might do it. It wasn't advertised at all when I went there. Like I say, it's it was kind of like TV screens. Kind of like it's kind of like TV screens with lists of beer just flashing before you. But I'm not too sure on the takeaway beer off the pump. There is loads of cans. Yes, there is to purchase. Tremblay Manish round the corner do a load of Brew York as well, amongst their cans. The main breweries in Tremblay Manish in the shop is they do Belgian, German on one side. Then on the other side, it's usually Verdant, Rivington, Daya was in last time I was in. Abbeydale was in last time I was in. Who else did I have? A little bit of Vault City, but not much. Watergate Inn. Now, yes, Watergate Inn. That rings a bell. Never been in there though, Luke. Never been in there. The main pubs I go to, well, had been, the Three Leg Mare I used to go in, used to be the Yorkshire Terrier pub, which was owned by York Brewery, which isn't there anymore, which was near the old Star Inn, if I remember rightly, down that street where the Tremblay Madness is. That was okay. The Yorkshire Terrier used to be a really good pub. Just a shame it's shut, really. But I notice a lot of these pubs are putting more emphasis on. They're putting more emphasis really on the food as well. So Tremblay are cracking, but put an order with them, yes, Steve. Yeah, they are. They have the best mail order going. I really have. I recommend it to everybody. Tremblay Madness. They do some great stuff, and you know the mail order is totally outdoing the shop now. The shop now is okay, like I say, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's brilliant. It's just it's okay. The Gold, the Pilsner, and the Winterbock, I have to say, big fan of the Flensburger Gold, Neil. That's a really good beer. Really good beer. In fact, all of them are good beers, but for me, my personal favourite is the Gold. Obviously, it's a super. I've got a rare. Is that the Husk? Is that the Husk Emporium you're going on about, Luke? I mean, I went in there, he didn't have hardly anything in. I know now he's doing Cantillon in there, which I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. Scott's in. Hello, Scott. How you doing, mate? Really enjoyed Friday night. It was really nice, actually, finally talking to you and Dean. It was really nice. So I really enjoyed it, mate. Really did. It was cracking evening. Killed a couple of hours and it was cracking good laugh, most certainly. It was a long time coming, and yeah, hopefully that we'll do some more. It was really enjoyable. So thank you for inviting me on. Really appreciate it. Luke John says, "Hey up, Scott. Hey up, Scott." Like you do. Yeah, it was banging. It was weird. Like I say, you know, you watch somebody for so long, like yourself and Dean and other people, and it's kind of like you already know them even before you talk to them. It's the strangest thing. It really is, but very nice. Hello, Square Table. How you doing? I just thought I'd come on a Sunday to kill a bit of time, to be honest. I've been out for my Sunday morning stroll, like you do, across the fields. Scott says, "Afternoon, Luke. Watergate is a proper pub, as in wooden walls, tile floors. You see, you can't beat them pubs, can you? There's a pub at Gunner's Side, right in the heart of the Yorkshire Dales, over there. You know, you get up early, get your walking boots on, get into the Dales, come back, roaring hot, log fire, big Yorkshire Sunday roast with big Yorkshire puddings at the size of your fists. you know, with some beef, couple of pints of Yorkshire bitter. You can't beat it. You really can't. Luke says, morning, Joey. Square Table says, hey, Luke, brother. Yeah, so thank you very much, everybody, all in all, joining me for a bit of a chin wag, like you do. It's always nice to do these now and again. It gives you a sense of realisation. There is actually people out there who do actually watch you, which sometimes you forget about because you're busy doing reviews and stuff. Is that a tan or a windburn you have, Joey? I'm not too sure what Luke's going on about there. There's no doubt that Joey will know. Windburn. Have I had a windburn? Nah, I've had a tan, not a windburn. Might get a windburn if you had too much curry the night before, like you do. It certainly was. So has anybody cracked open any beers yet on a Sunday? Or anybody eating their roast dinner yet? Anybody cooking their own roast dinner? I'm not cooking any at the moment. I'm hopeful that Mrs. Brown will come in with some roast dinner. Probably a bit of both. If he's talking about his windburn or his tan. Yeah, so I should do. I really should do a roast dinner. We haven't got any veg, but hopefully Mrs. Brown will come in with some roast dinner, Yorkshire puds, Swede carrots, mashed potato, roast tatties, and like that. I'll have to get one of these Ninja air fryers because apparently a Ninja air fryer is really good for doing roast potatoes. Apparently it's really good. You boil the roast potatoes up first, kind of like dry them out, stick them into your air fryer. Apparently it's supposed to be gorgeous. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cat's acting a twat over there. Anyway. Oh, Chris M's in. I'll do, Chris M. How you doing, mate? Or just come on a Sunday to see who's out there, if there's anybody out there, and seeing what they're up to. Luke Johnny says, I'm returning this morning's favour. Not too sure what he means by that. Obviously, it might be to do with what's gone on his live this morning, which I just popped on and gave him a nod. I'll do that when I see people's lives and that. I'll try and get on and give them a little bit of a nod. You know what I mean? Leah wants one of them. She's been on to me for weeks. Yes, apparently they're really, really good, Neil. They're really, really good. They're supposed to be banging. I think you should get one. Maybe get one for Christmas. If Leah's watching, that's your present, love. Your Ninja air fryer. So, chilling Sunday. Yeah, what can you do on a Sunday? Just to drink loads of beer, eat loads of roast dinner, and go for a strut, maybe. Like I did this morning. Dodge the ball in the field. Always have to dodge the ball in the field. Otherwise, it'll kind of like have me, if you know what I mean. Like you do. So what Sunday roast people having? Are they having beef? Are they having lamb? Tell us in the comments. Tell us if you are having a Sunday roast. Air fryer. Oh, you're a large boy. You like your bread and dripping. Bread and dripping, Luke. That's what you want. Bread and dripping. Bit of the old soggy bread, bit of dripping. Like back in the old days, before there's a health warning on it. Health warning on clogging all your arteries up. Bit of bread and dripping. Like you do. Just before you get into the Anderson shelter, before the Germans come over and bomb your street. Leah says kitchen appliances are not Christmas presents. Wow. Well, you know. I think, they're always useful to have, Leah. I think Neil would concur that it'll be useful to have, and it'll benefit the household in the long term as well when you use it. When you use it, and of course, when Neil comes in from a hard day's work, he'll think, she's got that Ninja air fryer on. Oh, what's going to come out of there? I'm going to stir something up here. But she's going, you're not going to get me a Ninja air fryer. I just want chit pan over Christmas, Leah. Have you seen the box of fluffing stuff? Can't be asked cooking. It's going to be a curry again. Good on you, Chris. Good on you, mate. A vacuum cleaner is not a kitchen. Oh, yes, a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, definitely. That's a good one, Neil. Maybe a carpet shampooer, because you've got a dog now. Get a carpet shampoo in, keep the carpet nice. John 78, hello mate, how you doing? Hello JB, just thinking what beer to have with beef roast. Fuller's London Porter with a beef roast. Oof. Yeah, for me, my beer with a beef roast has to be a good old-fashioned pint of Yorkshire bitter. It could be the one in Aldi, which I did a few days ago, which I loved, or it could be Theakston's XB or Black Sheep, something traditional. The landlord, Timothy Taylor's landlord or bolt maker would go well with that. Chris M, we are thinking the same. Oh, so Leah's not cooking, Neil. Gonna go duck fat, beef drip. Oh yeah, but it's good though. It's good though, isn't it? It is good. It's naughty but good, Luke. Duck fat, beef dripping. It is good, but I wonder if you go back in time to when our parents had it or grandparents had it, whether or not they were told back then it's bloody bad for you, whether or not they would carry on doing it. But that's just a thing, isn't it? Not cheap, I'm guessing. But was she going up to Luke? What did Luke duck? What duck fat beef dripping? I think that's pretty cheap, Leah. 3 pints to fill the thing. Beef dripping roast potatoes. Oh yeah, beef dripping roast potatoes. Done in your new air fryer, Leah. What Neil's getting you for Christmas. It's just easy, Leah. My great special after says, and I've got a Toblerone stout with Alfie. Oh, Leah's gonna make a curry. Good stuff. I'll pop round and set us a place at the table, Neil. I'll pop round later. I'll join you. I'll bring the cat with me as well if you want. Have a bit of curry, have a couple of beers, like you do. What curry are we having? A spice and easy curry, are we? No worries, I will. I'll come round. I'm not. If your doorbell goes a bit later on, you know who it is. You know who it is. Me and the cat. We'll come round. Have a spice and easy curry round Neil and Leah's. Banging. I've had a curry. Well, King Paul's in. I always have a look. Hello, mate. How you doing? How you keeping? Tell us what you've got on your Sunday dinner plate. I'm always interested what people are eating for their Sunday roast, because obviously you need a good Sunday roast, don't you? It's Sunday after all, and to be honest with you, apart from drinking beer, going out for a strut and coming home, there's not much else to do on a Sunday. Yeah, that's a good idea, mate. We can crack them open if you want. Have them in the dinner. Lambo and Joshua would drop a Dave's Insanity sauce. Insanity, the term Dave's Insanity sauce must mean that it's on the hot side then, Chris. Insanity sauce. It just scares me just reading that. It really does. Nothing on your plate, King Paul. Oh, I thought you'd be having your... I thought you'd be having a Sunday roast. They say beer is bad, but do we take it? No, I don't. I mean, I think no matter what you eat or drink, anything, they'll say it's bad. They'll say white bread's bad. They say kind of like red meat's bad. They say everything's bad. Who cares? They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. If you took notice what everybody says about things being bad, you wouldn't be eating now. You wouldn't be eating anything. Having a few tots of brandy, that sounds great, that is. A few tots of brandy on a Sunday. That's lovely, that, you know. Chilling away with a bit of brandy. I like a bit of brandy. Chris M says, Japanese flag the next day. I've never heard it called that, Chris, until now. It's, it's tickled me a bit, that. That's good, that. And it's also tickled Luke. Get the old Jap flag. King Paul says, what are you on? I'm not actually drinking anything. I have not even a cup of tea. I just thought I'd just come on. I've got a couple of hours to kill and have a little short live and see who's out there. I have done a couple of reviews this morning, early on a Sunday morning, like you do, because that's what I do. That's what I do. I tend to do all my beer reviews early in the morning. It kind of like sets me up for the day. Having a few beers at about 8 o'clock in the morning. Is it Sunday? I've been live since Thursday. It feels like it. You've been on every time I come on YouTube, Luke. You've been on constant. Absolutely. I bet you're knackered now. I would be. I'll be absolutely knackered after that. So, who's drinking what? Is there anybody out there drinking a beer? It would be nice to see if anybody out there is drinking a beer. Someone out there might be drinking a beer. King Paul said, yeah, I'd imagine it would be one hell of a live, that. Yeah, that's a bit of a mystery, isn't it, Luke? I've always thought that as well. Where, you know, you don't eat any carrots, but when you're sick, it always comes out like carrots. It's like carrots come out of nowhere. Where do they come from? You know, if you're not eating them, they must come from somewhere. Surely. Because they're always there. Where do they come from? It's a mystery that we need to solve, I think. And everybody watching needs to solve as well. Where do carrots come from when you throw up? Where do they come from if you don't eat carrots? King Paul says peas. Well, yeah, I do see the odd pea now and again, but see the odd pea now and again. Beer tube. I hate the term beer tube. Beer tube waits for no man. No, it waits for no man. It certainly don't. It certainly don't. Don't wait for anybody, beer tube. Just certainly, nor does the carrots when you throw them up either. Not waiting for no man. Make a bloody mess. They certainly do. King Paul says, at Luke John, big smiley face. Hee 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 hee. I should make a cup of tea, but I can't be bothered. Cup of tea sorts everything out. Yes, we all know that. We all know that, Neil. The sweet corn. It's you know, corn on the cob. First thing in the morning, or whenever. Durham Temptation Stout, 10%. Yes, I've had that. It's a good stout. It's very, very nice. Durham Brewery. Oh, very, 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 very good brewery. I've been a fan of Durham Brewery for years, to be honest. Big fan of the white stout. That's my first. Was it the first beer? White stout, or was it that St. Bede's Chalice? One of the two. I can't remember now. I can't remember. But good brewery, Durham Brewery. Neil, you're not chewing them properly. Nah. Neil, you're not chewing your sweet corn properly. You need to digest them properly. You know, then it won't come out the other end. But somehow they do, though, didn't they? in a way, and quite uncomfortable as well. Putin should have made his tanks out of sweet corn. Putin, arsehole he is. Yeah, he should have. We're just walking into personal fun. Well, we are really. We are. We're kind of like, it is like Farmers Weekly, isn't it? When we are like normal farmers, really. Definitely. We're kind of like, we like normal animals, really. You know, is that we've got the sense to go to the toilet, but cows in the field will just stand there and shit. It's weird. We got the intelligence to go to the toilet, but other animals don't. How strange that is. Yeah. I'm talking about Putin's tanks. Yeah. Yeah, definitely Putin's tanks. Leah says, what animal would you be if you could be any? What animal? If I wanted to be an animal? I don't know, really. What animal would I be if I could be an animal? That's a good one. If I came back in another life, what animal? I don't know. It's what animal would I be? Would I be something cute and cuddly? Would I be something carnivorous? Would I be something swimming in the sea? I haven't got a clue, to be honest. I mean, I could be a turtle. A turtle lives long, doesn't it? So I think I'll be a turtle. Or tortoise. Tortoise. Tortoises don't care about anything, do they, tortoises? They live forever. They seem to live forever and they just don't really care. I'll be a tortoise. If I came back, I'll be a tortoise, Leah. I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm one of them. My mate's beagle has a life of Riley. I wouldn't mind a smidge of that. Yeah. You see, if you're an animal and you're in a good home and you get spoiled and you get really good food as well, you know, you get honey roasted ham and that for your food and that, and you're a dog. Happy days, isn't it, Chris? It really is happy days. Definitely. Definitely. But I think if I'll be a tortoise, definitely be a tortoise if I was an animal. It was kind of, yeah, tortoises, they just don't really care. They just plod along and eat their greens and that's it, don't they? Very, very boring life, but sometimes I just pissed oneself, blended in well down in London. Not too sure what you mean by that, Luke. Sometimes you have pissed yourself and you've blended in well down in London. That's just right. I've pissed myself on numerous occasions, not in London though. Oh, and the old trick when you get very drunk and someone falls asleep and someone has a glass of water and an empty glass and they pour water into the glass by your ear, it does make people piss. Just want to let you know. I'll be a manatee. A manatee? What's one of them? I'm not David Attenborough. I haven't got a clue. I know me tigers. I know me lions. I know me tortoises. I know me cats and dogs, but I don't know what a manatee is. I haven't got a clue, mate. It's gone over my head. It's gone over my head. You tell us what that was all about. You tell us all that. It's gone over my head, that one. I'll be a manatee. I'll have to Google that. Let's Google that. Manatee. What's a manatee? What's a manatee? Google it. Manatee. Manatee. What's a manatee? Oh, it's like it's a marine mammal. Sea cows. You rather be a sea cow. That's what a manatee is. A manatee is a sea cow. I don't know about that. Elvis has a better life than me. No worries, plenty of food. Got to see all day in the war. When I'm at work, I'll be yeah. I mean, yeah. But a good thing about dog as well, you can lick your own balls as well, can't you? How many animals can lick their own balls? Exactly. That's what it's all about. How many animals can do that? Not many. Not many animals can do that, I have to say. What else we got? I'll just see. We got oh, we've got Southampton's line up against West Ham. I'm not going to even mention the football. I'm not going to even mention the football. Talking about cows and fields, and I suddenly have a brain of a cow. As cows have got big brains. They don't act as though they're very intelligent cows. I'll be honest. They don't act as though they are the type of animal who is very, very intelligent and just act like animals who just stand there munching away on a field, and just doing nothing and just shitting out the arse, really. Yeah, water. I never knew what the one was. I've learned something in this live stream. You can't say I haven't learned anything. I have. Water elephant, which when you think about it, is good for the joints. Yeah, it is good for the joints, definitely. Bit of swimming and that. I haven't swum for years, to be honest. I don't really look like a swimmer, do I? I don't swim. That's one thing I don't do, swimming. Let's leave it up to other people to do that type of thing. Swimming. Nah, not a pastime for me. Definitely. I don't see the attraction in swimming. Water elephant to sea cow. Water elephant to sea cow. Yeah, it does sound better. Water elephant. It sounds more. It does sound like a proper intelligent animal. You pretend. I'll get to pretend you're a mermaid. You love swimming. I can't stand it. No, I can't stand any of that, Leah. Swimming. That's not for me, that. Yeah, you can't. I just hate swimming. As a mermaid, so you wear the costume as well. You might do. Luke says, yeah, it is a good stout. Yeah, I haven't had it for a long time, Temptation. It's from Darwin Brewery. It's not going to be rubbish, Luke. It's a good brewery. The barrel-aged stuff's good as well. Imperious, that's a good one. Imperious. Get hold of a bottle of Imperious, Luke, if you haven't had it. What exercise do I do? Well, I did go to the gym once. Up the road. And be honest, this just before the COVID hit, and be honest with you, it got a little bit tedious and boring in the gym. Then I go for a strut when I can across my fields to Ravensworth, which is that way, where Ian Botham lives and that. But that's about it. I'm on my feet all day. That's about it. Yeah, that's all I do, really. It's pretty shocking, really, isn't it? It's pretty shocking. I should do more, but I don't. You're right, Paul. I should do more. It's a good question, Paul. Paul, I should do more. Yeah, I'm more of a floater, mate. Yeah, than a swimmer. Yeah, I go aboard and I go into the hotel pool. I just float about. I don't swim. Doggy paddle, and you're doing your doggy paddle, and you're not getting any further, but you're just causing a load of water to spray up everywhere, and everyone's around the pool and they're having their pina coladas, sitting there looking at you, thinking, "What's that silly man doing? Splashing about a lot," and you're doing your doggy paddle. It's not for me. That's not for me. it's not something that swimming is. I think where swimming's concerned, I think you got to start from when you're very early age. The first time I went swimming was with the school, and I pushed the teacher. Well, three of us pushed our teacher into the pool, which we thought it was really really fun. Has anyone seen the Vacation Mint Chocolate Stout? No, I haven't. When has that come out, Neil? I haven't. No, I haven't been. Actually, I haven't been in Tesco for a few weeks, to be honest. But I will. I will look for that. Thank you for giving me the heads up on that, Neil. I will look for that. £4 a bottle. Yeah, it's not bad. £4, 12.2% mint chocolate stout. I'll give that a go. JB feeds the cat and lifts his arm to his mouth. Good. Yeah, I do. I do. It's they run the house, these buggers, I tell you. They really do. They get me up at stupid hours of the morning. Luke says, mint chocolate in a stout. I did have one a while back. I think it was a Turning Point one when I was out in Knaresborough. It was all right. It's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste for sure. Did you pick it up, Neil? You must have. He's just sent me a picture. I'll see if I can get it up for you lot. Neil sent me this picture. I've never seen it. That one there. That's it there. I've never seen that. I've never seen that about. I will have a look for it, but like with a lot of these stouts and these kind of like barrel aged. Well, I remember when Vocation brought out the Imperial Kirsch. Is it the Kirsch, the cherry one in a can about 3 years ago? It wasn't in every Tesco's. In fact, it was in only specific Tesco's, and it took me a while to get hold of them. It took me about 4 to 5 months after it came out to get hold of one, because the Tesco I usually go to is the one in Durham, the extra in Durham, the Dragonsville industrial estate one in Durham. That's always been the best one for me for the beers, and it wasn't in there. I tried Newton Aycliffe, wasn't in there. I even went to the one in Stockton, it didn't have that in there. So I don't go to all the Tesco's, Neil. So I will have a look. I will have a look next week. If it's out now, I'll have a look maybe next weekend. I'll see if I can pick one up, but I'm not hopeful that I will, to be honest. It usually seems with Tesco, all the people in the south get the stuff before the people in the north get the stuff. So I'll just stick this on. There we go. So yeah, so I will look for it. Chris M says, if I bring him up, I had the Vocation barrel aged mint stout. It's an acquired taste for sure, I'd imagine, Chris. It's one of them beers which would resonate with some and will be dismissed by others, I'd imagine. I think it will split opinion, definitely. It's just like a lot of these barrel aged beers, these beers which I wouldn't say dear, but in a supermarket, this £4, I suppose, is a lot in a supermarket for a beer, in a way. I think it's a 330 bottle, must be, for £4. I see £4 a good price for a beer of that ABV. But the average shopper would think, ooh, that's a bit too much. It was a birthday in a pack of 6. They did, yes, they did do some stouts in a pack, didn't they? Vocation. I remember seeing it advertised. Didn't they have a free glass with that as well? Not sure. I think it's about 40 quid, if I remember rightly. I do a lot of different packs. Like, it's hard to keep up, to keep up to date with everybody. To be honest with you, it's just one of them things, isn't it? Really, breweries bring out new stuff all the time. You just got to keep your eye on what comes out and what doesn't come out. I know Lidl did their thing last week with their beers, which I haven't. To be honest, I haven't really taken much notice of the Lidl stuff. I just don't. If I'm in there, I'll pick some up. But I don't go out my way much now because I think there is a lot of crap in there. There's some good ones. Neil says Vocation do some cracking beers and great customer service. Neil, brilliant customer service. If you've seen my video regarding the can what blew up last week, they were on the money. Vocation do some really good beers. Lately, I've reviewed a few lately, and I thought the Naughty and Nice Stout. I enjoyed that. There was a Toucan IPA, which I weren't that much of a fan of. But to be honest with you, Vocation and Northern Monk are really the breweries and Thornbridge are really the breweries I just go towards when I want something half decent in a supermarket. I think them three are the ones which really kind of like you can't really go wrong with. Yes, I have, Chris. They've got another one in Home Bargains now off Axis. I can't remember the name of it. I saw it on the shelf. I thought, I ain't fucking buying that. Absolutely horrendous. That was it was absolutely fucking awful. No, they didn't, and it's great. And the thing is, the emphasis for me was the fact is they sent me beers which a core range and you can get anywhere. But the fact is, it was the thought that they got. It was the thought and the way they reacted to it, to the problem, which I really liked. They kind of like you give them the information they want, and they responded very, very quickly. And big thumbs up for them for doing that. A lot of breweries wouldn't do that, would they? Ooh. Hebden Lager. Neither Death Star, but both aren't they? So yeah, they are, Luke. Yeah, it's like Northern Monk. It's are they hit and miss because of the beer quality, or are they hit and miss because of personal taste? It's a little bit of both, I think. There's some stuff which you think, I paid a bit for that, but it doesn't do anything for me. But there's some stuff which is which were okay. Oh, just missed a comment. Yeah. I mean, they tend to do the same breweries at this little beer festival. Stewart Brewing usually turns up. Lomond, I don't think they had it this time, but it's the usual mainstay of 71 Brewing and all that. I do pick them up. I do pick them now and again. I don't just go down and buy the whole lot because I just think there's a lot of dross there. There is a couple of good ones. Cocoa Wonderland was available this time round in it, which was okay, which is a good beer. But to be honest, a lot of these little beer festivals, Aldi beer festivals or whatever, don't really excite me much, to be honest. It's just the way I the way I look at it. Vault City do a stout now and again. I've only had one, but it was magic. It's funny. I was going to pick up a special Vault City this time last week. It was an Irish whiskey one. It was £10 a bottle. And now I was standing in Trembling Mandis, trying to justify myself, to try having a fight. I had a devil and an angel and a devil on my shoulder, trying to justify spending £10 on this Vault City beer. Which was of limited number, and ended up not getting it because I thought I just couldn't justify 10 quid for it. now, looking back, I wish I did. John says, have you tried the Vocation M&S Black Forest Stout? I'm not sure if I have or I haven't. I know that I've got a review, which might be up now, of M&S Meantime one. I think it must have come up about 12 o'clock. I haven't looked. Which was, you know, yeah. There is an Arbor one in M&S, which I really liked. It's the one they had to replace the Cafe Creme with. Can't remember the name of it, but that was a really nice one. Vocation did a blueberry waffle stout, not terrible, but I thought, yes, they did 2 versions of that, didn't they? Yeasty Balls collab, if I remember rightly, Neil. I remember they had the first version, which was okay. The second version was a lot better, I thought, and that was in Tesco's for a short period of time. Yeah, I liked them. I thought they were good beers. Yeah. King Paul says, "What's the most you pay for a beer?" Well, I've got a series. I've got a couple of reviews coming up. I think they're coming up next week or the week after from a brewery called Sinister Brew. These are one-off barrel-aged beers in limited quantities, very limited quantities, of about 150 bottles, 200 bottles. And I paid £8.50 a bottle for them. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a 330 bottle. It was a lot of money. But looking back on them after I've done them, they were worth it. They were worth it. They were absolutely wonderful. So sometimes when you spend the money, you get the quality. Sometimes you don't. It's a bit of a gamble, Paul. It is. Yeah, it was. The second version was better. Luke John 22. Yeah, I mean, if you love your beer and you're doing it for the beer, like Luke's doing it for the beer and he loves his beer, you would pay anything for it. Would I pay that, me personally? I'm not sure. It's just, like I say, it's a, you know, it's justifying it, isn't it? But, you know, fair dues, Luke, you bought it and hopefully it was a banger for you. Well, I would have been really pissed off if it wasn't. Just Reagan, hello, how are you doing? Hey, just found the show and I've been watching you every night. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your support. Thank you and welcome to my channel. Thank you very much. Luke John, £23. Rob's in the house. Oh, hello, Rob. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Got your Iron Maiden tickets, I hear. Good on you. Yeah, looking forward to a fab show. Hopefully next Saturday. Hopefully next Saturday have a fab show. And yeah, it's always a laugh doing it with you, mate. It really is. It's an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Great to hear from you. Yeah, Paul, and for me, it was worth it. It's my beer of the year so far. This is it. You see, you spend some money, a lot of money on a beer, but it's not just the beer, it's the memory of having that beer. And you think, wow, you know, I've had that beer and it's phenomenal, you know, and that's what makes it, you know, worthwhile in a way. Luke John says, hi, Sir Rob. Sir Rob? Sir Rob? Are you both feeling, Rob? I hope he's had a hard day, hard evening. I recently paid £10 for 440ml can of coconut and chocolate stout near called Bear With Me. You see, I think I would go to the £10. Like I said, it's justifying it. And when I did get back from being in York last week, thinking of that Book City beer, I wish I did pick it up. But when you're there at the time, I don't know. I just kind of like, I'm just a bit wary. I don't know. I just am. Neil says, afternoon, Rob. Jamie, it's a pleasure to be on the phones with you folk. Decent and yeah, it is. Same to you, Rob. It's always a good laugh. I wish I could stay longer on them, but I'm an early bird. I need me beauty sleep. I really do. That's the thing. But yeah, it's always been a good laugh. Generally, long live the Fab Show. You know, just hope that we don't have to eat anything, which is a bit, a bit awful, like you do. And feel better. Mrs. B still struggling. Mrs. B still struggling, Rob. Well, best wishes to Mrs. B, Rob. Best wishes. Best wishes. My cat, he's starting to wake up. He's starting to kind of like get a bit of a pain in the arse. But never mind, we'll persevere. Be going an hour and a half now. Great chat. Nice meeting you all, talking to you all. I'm not doing any cooking just yet. Fingers crossed Mrs. Brown will come through the door with some roast beef, hopefully, with nice big Yorkshires, hopefully. Oh, I've done that, mate. Yeah, the cat food. I only do that when I'm drunk. It's my party piece. Don't get me doing it sober. I had a £14.50 beer this year, and the sink I had, and the sink I had it, I got it for £7.50. Omnipollo. I mean, Omnipollo. I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with Omnipollo. I do like Omnipollo, but I hate the price of Omnipollo. So it's a bit of a love-hate relationship with them. There was a pecan stout, wasn't there, in Morrison's? Morrison's did £8 a bottle, and I'll be very intrigued to know how many bottles of that stout Morrison's actually sold. Because at the end of the day, it's in the supermarket. It'll be interesting. Well, make sure you're looking at, yeah, make sure you're looking after Mrs. B, Rob. Yeah. Liam, I'm having Liam, I have put United on the TV. United. Really enjoyed this live, JB. I've never had a JB after party. It was horrible, too sweet, undrinkable. The Omnipollo, I'll take it. Chris, Neil Morgan, just a bit of flu. I've had my flu jab, Rob. Had it last week, mate. Get it every year. Never had the flu, but I think I don't think there's much flu about, is there? It's more COVID than anything else. Feeling better, Rob. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Talking about illnesses, since this COVID has come out, you don't hear of the common cold much, do you? You don't hear the common cold much. You really don't. It's kind of like there's one domineering virus over another. Yeah, get your flu jab. Get jabbed up, Leah. Mine cost me £14. My jab, £14 bloody pound, because I don't get it free. Because according to the NHS, I'm a very fit and healthy human being. I certainly don't feel it sometimes. I feel like everything's falling to bits on me. Luke Thornbury says Kirby and Rum Stout was a half sink pour for me. Sweetness was too overpowering. £15. God, dear me. Rob, I thought it was COVID. I have mine free because there you go. There you go. You have yours free. I've got to pay. I don't mind paying, to be honest. I really don't mind paying. I asked them about the booster because they're doing a COVID booster this year, aren't they? Apparently, you've got to go on the NHS website and book it from there. So if you want a COVID jab this year, that's all you got to do. Whatever they put into that jab. That's all right. So that must be the flu then, or some sort of bug, Rob. Highlight Luke says, Chris. Luke says, I thought you'd never be negative, Rob. Rob, that one good thing then at least. Yes, it is. As long as you're negative and you're okay, and you know that's the main thing, isn't it? I'd imagine there will be more cases of COVID though appearing very, very soon, because I think it's a seasonal thing. It's definitely a seasonal thing to it. They don't admit to it, but it is. So I'd imagine usually lead up to Christmas, the COVID comes up. They offer you a flu jab at work, and you're like, why do you say no, Neil? You're allergic to eggs? Because that's what they ask you. If you're allergic to eggs when you go to get your flu jab. To be honest, I don't think there is any side effects to it. There's an old story that they inject you with flu, but they don't. It's just one of them things. It's just getting achy arm. That's all you get. Luke John, I can be. Go up. I think I'm trying to think what Rob's replying to there, but I can't see. Right, I suppose I'll be better talk the Valley one, but it's 20 minutes still football, so they better be quick. We had the Saints are playing this after. Well, I don't know if they kicked off. I don't know if Southampton, West Ham. We lose, then bye-bye, Ralph. Off we go for a new manager. Yes, a new manager. Luke John says that's one sexy logo, Rob. It's a hell of a logo. It's a good logo. It's done by the master logoist. That is Luke. The master logoist. So, 20 minutes. I'm going to knock off at 2. So, I've got 20 more minutes. Yeah, I'll knock off at 2. 20 more minutes. Luke says, cheers. Yeah, all the best to you, Luke. I will hopefully pop in on one of your chats next week and say hello to you and everything. It's been great having you on. Cheers, mate. Look after yourself. It certainly is. It's certainly, yeah, the logo, it certainly is. It's done by the master himself. Nice big kiss to Rob from Luke. Simo's in the house. Hello, Simo. I'm only doing this till 2 o'clock. Are you all right, mate? How you doing? I ain't heard from you for a bit. Are you all right? On the juice yet? On the juice yet? I've only had the flu once and I was in bed for a week, but I'm never unwell apart from COVID. Probably tempting fate. Yeah, you are now. You'll be off work next week, Leah. That's it. He's tempted there. See you, Luke. See you, Luke. I think he's gone. Getting near beer o'clock. What time is beer o'clock, Chris? Usually for me, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Was beer 2 o'clock? Beer o'clock, Chris? Sounds sensible enough to me, mate. It does. More than sensible. When is the best time to drink beer? I would say any time. Doesn't matter what time it is. Crack open a can when you feel like it. All week, Simo. Getting a bit nervous. You got nothing to be nervous about, Simo. God. Oh, you spoiled on success, you. God, think about us. We've got West Ham. We're in the bottom 3. We shit. Sounds good to me. No, I'm not this year. No, I'm not. I'm away in a few weeks. We're going to Spain in about 4 weeks' time, end of November, for 10 days instead. We actually are looking to go away the following Christmas, back over to Benidorm, to be funny enough. So, yeah, I'm off to Spain in about 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm spending Christmas here. So I'll be on, most probably, hopefully, if Al and Fee have me on their live over Christmas, if they have me. I'm sure they will. Hope so, fingers crossed. Who's playing Simo? Simo, City better win this game. Oh, I don't know. It's just a walk in the park for them. I don't, they're so good. You know what? Man City are so good. They're just playing about with all the other teams. They really are. They're just playing about. They'll walk it. God, if they could walk on, if there's one team who walks on water, it's Man City, isn't it? Start with our sour, get to the taste buds dance. Yeah, that's what I tend to do. I'll start with sours, get the taste buds going, and get onto your IPAs and double IPAs and finish off with a load of stouts, Chris. That's the main thing to do, isn't it? That's what you do. Get the taste buds going. Definitely. I like a good sour. I mean, sours are very hit and miss with me. You get either really, really good sour or you get a really, really shit one. And it's not worse than getting a really shit sour because it feels like you're drinking pickling juice and you've had a load of onions in. Fab, so Christmas porter doing well, so hopefully we can drink on the. Yes, that'd be great, Rob. I've still got that other one. When are we doing that other one you sent us? Because you sent us, didn't you send us a stout? It's up there. I haven't touched it. Promise. I've still got it. I thought we were doing that at Christmas as well. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I really can't. That's my problem. I've got a brain like a sieve sometimes, but it's up there anyway. Yeah, we'll drink some Christmas. We'll have the Christmas turkey meal deal mixed up together, like Al keeps going on about. We'll certainly do that for sure. Yeah. We've had some good fab shows after the years. We've had some good fab shows. When you think about it, that's some belters. So we're 20 minutes to go till some kickoff. I don't know when the Saints are kicking off. I haven't really taken any notice, but I don't reckon it'll be till later. I don't think. Might be now. I haven't got a clue. I don't take much notice of my football team's results when they're shit. Mind you, as I said, they've been pretty shit for the past 2 seasons, so I can't see us winning this one against West Ham. We've got no strikers. Simple as. We haven't replaced Danny Ings. We've got nothing up front. We're absolutely shite. Porter and Sprouts. That sounds nice, Paul. That sounds great. You need to, I know I need to get a blender. I keep getting reminded from Al, get a blender, get it set up, and but I thought part of the authenticity of the Fab show is to see me mix it up. So it proves I'm not cheating. Unlike some people might be blending it and not really blending it. It might not be the proper ingredients. If you know what I mean, but but at least you can see with me, I'm actually putting the proper ingredients in the glass and giving it a good old mix. You know what I mean? Chris says, just ordered a 14.5% raspberry chocolate cake stout. Save it for my birthday. I have high hopes. I'm not a fan of raspberry flavours in beers, to be honest. It's just not one of them things for me. JB spilling the tea. Spilling the tea. Spilling the tea. I thought, what's he getting? Spilling the tea. Talking about tea, I might have a cup of tea in a minute. After this, come of Yorkshire. Because I'm in Yorkshire. It'd be blasphemy to have a Lancashire tea, wouldn't it, Leah? It would, definitely. It would be. Definitely. So, everybody out there is opening their beers, settling in the afternoon, like you do. Sunday afternoon, few beers, few ales. Everyone's settling into the, they're kind of like dossing about on a Sunday afternoon, like you do. Oh, I don't spill gossip or drama. Leah, what are you in? Oh, don't do that. I don't do that, do I? I don't do that. I never spill the gossip or drama. Go on then. All the best to you, Rob. Take care to you. Hopefully see you soon. Big, good best wishes to Mrs. B and all that. Take care of yourself, Rob. Leah says, see you, Rob. Bye-bye, Rob. See you, Rob, says Neil. Bye-bye, Rob. Soon be Monday, though. Oh, I hate fucking Mondays. I hate fucking oh god, just hate. I don't talk to anybody when I go to work on a Monday for a while. It takes me ages to. Oh, I just hate them. I'm just so depressing. Tuesdays are even worse as well. Hate Tuesdays. Tuesdays, I think I hate worse than Mondays because Tuesdays is a pointless day. Wednesday, in the middle of the week. Thursday, you're starting to get into the swing of it. Looking forward to the weekend. And Friday, you don't really give a fuck because it's the weekend. Uh, Monday and Tuesdays, or what would I prefer? Monday over a Tuesday or Tuesday over a Monday? I think I prefer Mondays over Tuesdays. I just hate Tuesdays. Tuesdays are just, shitty days. Absolutely. When things go wrong and things piss you off, it's Tuesdays. Right, off you go to Morrison's, Neil. Look after yourself. Grab some beers while you're there. You look after yourself, Neil. Best wishes, Leah. Every day is the same when you're retired. You are, mate. Yeah, wish I was retired. If I retire, I'll be in Spain. I'll just warmer climate. Even though I might probably have to drink San Miguel all the time, I'll just have to go to Spain and warmer climate, more positive. You finish at 1 p.m. this Friday. That's nothing compared to what time I finish on a Friday, Neil. I finish at 11 on a Friday. Happy days. Simo says, you're never there, Neil. You never where? Morrison's. Neil's never at Morrison's. He might not be. According to Simo, Neil, you're never at Morrison's, I think. I think that's what he's implying. I could be wrong. I think so. So yeah, so it's been a really good live actually. I've enjoyed it. It's got going. It's nice to just come on, say hello to people like you do. Never work. Oh, never work. Oh, how many beers a year? I've only had 2, Simo, and that was about 8 o'clock this morning. I only had 2 beers, 8 o'clock this morning. So I'm pretty sober, to be honest with you. I like me beers early in the day, you know I do. Because I can't stay up late like you lot on the Fab show. You carry on till about 11, half 11. That's bloody late for me. I'm fucked by about half 10. You can tell when I'm fucked on the Fab show because I just go quiet after about 10 o'clock. My head starts to drop. And I just go like, oh, God, gotta go. You know what I mean? You lot, you're in a different time zone to me. You go on till about 1 in the morning, most probably. Then I'm up at fucking 3 in the morning feeding the cats. Feeding the bloody cats 3 in the bloody morning. So I had a beer at 8 o'clock this morning. I had triple Tropicana this morning, Simo. Proper breakfast beer, that. It's a proper breakfast beer. Yeah. Yeah, it's been brilliant, Leah. Take care. See you soon. Look after yourselves. I will talk to you next week if the Fab show's on. Simo probably know why. He most probably doesn't. He most probably doesn't. This is the problem. Because they're all in a different time zones, and I just find it impossible to stay awake beyond 10 o'clock. I find it impossible. I'm absolutely fucked. So I get up really early for work through the week. I've done that for years, and I'm absolutely fucked. I really am. So. And of course, Al and Simo and Fido go on till the early hours. It's crackers, it really is. Well, from my point of view, they think I'm crackers, but I think they're crackers. On a Saturday and Sunday, there's only one. Yeah, I can imagine. I wake up daft o'clock every day, 30 years of getting up at 2 and 3 for work. Exactly, Chris. Once your body's used to it, it's very, very hard to break out of it, even if you're retired. if you've been getting up really early all your working life, it's just you're just gonna struggle, aren't you, to stay awake even past 10 o'clock at night. You really do. 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. for Simo. That's his only 8 o'clock thing. It really is. So, everybody, thank you very much for joining me for this one. I'm going to shoot off now and do a bit of cooking for Mrs. Brown because she'll be coming home from work soon. So take care, everybody. Thank everybody in chat. It's been brilliant. And I'll do another one hopefully soon, maybe next week or the week after, to see how all of you are doing. And yeah, look after yourselves, everyone. Take care. Take care. Cheers.